I'm Tom, the CNA ninja. The other ninja's asleep. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys today about medication. Like if you find it in the patient's room, which you'll be surprised. Some of these nurses, not all of them, but there's a lot of them that they're supposed to stand there and watch them drink, especially if it's narcotics. And a lot of times they won't. So if you see the nurse leave it there, just kind of um, what I normally do is just tell the patient, hey, drink your medicine before you start changing them, getting them up, and just tell them, hey, drink your medicine real quick. And if they won't, then take it back to the nurse. Or let's say you go in and you find it there and you don't know, it could have been left there and no one's seen it, and they could have been medicated already. So what I do is I just take the medication cup and take it to the nurse and say, hey, I found this in this room next to the bed, and let her deal with it. She'll look in the computer, and if they need it, she'll pick it back in there. Make sure, believe me, she'll make sure they take it. And you don't want it to be a habit because it's not good. When I first started, I used to find pills everywhere on the outside, but it had their room numbers on it, and so I would always just take it back to the nurse and say, hey, I found this right here. It's got the room number on it, but I don't know if they got medicine or not. So the best thing is just take it to the nurse. That way, she can deal with it. Because they're, like I said, they're supposed to stay there and watch them drink it. A lot of times, maybe they're asleep. Um, and I get that they'll wake up, and because I've had issues where the patient's like, well, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. And the nurse, I know the nurse went in there and woke him up, but he wanted to play like if he was asleep. So the nurse had me go back in there, and then she standing at the door, which he ended up saying, well, she came to me when I was asleep, and then she came in and said, no, I did not. You got your medicine when you were awake, and you chose not to wake up, and then when you got up, you decided you want to know every little pill. Well, when you looked up at the nurse, you should have taken your pills, and make sure that, the nurse should make sure that he takes the pills, actually. But you'll run into that. Just make sure that you document it and give it to the nurse so that, you know, it's not, it's nothing gets, said that, that he didn't take it, or he threw it away, or he dropped it. And a lot of times when you're making up the bed, you'll find pills. Uh, they put them in their mouth, they fall asleep, they spit it out, they drops out. Again, just put in a little cup, get it with your glove, put it in a little cup, make sure that you look real good. If you find one, there's probably more. Make sure you get them up, and make sure you take them to the nurse. That way, if it's an important one, they can make sure that the patient takes it right away. And that way, you know, like I said, if it's really really important, they can give him another one or her another pill on what it was for. And also, you may find them when you turn them to change them, you may find a pill stuck on their back. Or believe me, I found pills in the 20 years. I've found them everywhere. So just be mindful of pills and medication and stuff like that. Also, if you see that, like, the patient's family members are bringing in like Tylenol, aspirin, anything, let the nurse know, because really they're not supposed to bring in anything like that. A lot of times they'll leave it there, they'll bring it, they'll try to give it to the patient when I'm trying to change them, and I'm like, what is that? No, they can't have that unless everything's got to be documented. Once they're with us, then it's got to be. Uh, if they want a Tylenol, then if they can get it, then they'll get one. But it's not cool that family members try to medicate the patients too. I've seen them where they're like, I gave her a laxative, and it's like, oh my God, no, you didn't. And it's like, no, well, try to explain to them that, no, you can't be giving them no medicine because the nurse, we don't want them going a lot and then not being able to stop it. So it's not good that loved ones or family members or whoever, a friend, brings them any medication. If you see it, just let the nurse know and document it that, you've seen this or that. And if they leave it, then just, when they leave, just get it and let the nurse know. Say, hey, they left this or that, or document it down. Write it down. Say this is what they left over here, and that way she can go look at it and say, oh, what is this? Okay, this is either good or it's not. I mean, most of the time, if it's cream or stuff like that for their bottom or lotion, I mean, there's certain things that they can have, but there are a lot of stuff that they cannot. And also, depending on, excuse me, depending on what medication they're on, so they got to watch out on if they're drinking anything, if it's not, if they're not, counteractive with what they're taking, the medication. So you want to keep an eye on the medication that you might find in the bed. You want to make sure that medication in the cup or on the bedside table, of course, on their body. Make sure that, like I said, family members or loved ones ain't bringing in medication, because that can, they can get sick or, even OD, depending on what the medication is. I mean, I've even seen them where they want to bring them pain meds or bring them, no, no, no. Just leave them at home. Let the nurse and the doctor and them medicate your loved one, and you'll see that it's going to work out. So even like when they first come in, if they got medicine, like if it's pretty much any medicine, we give it to them. Wherever you work at, they're going to give it to the patient, pretty much whatever it is, because they'll get a prescription. So if they need it right away, I'm sure they can talk to the nurse, and then they'll be able to keep a certain amount or whatever, and then until the prescription comes in. So and I found, like, when I'm going through their stuff to document everything, I found like pills and just a little thing. I'm like, what is this? Oh, this, so and so. And so you want to make sure that when you do find them like that again, if they know what they are, if there's a loved one there, they can take them or document it and then tell the nurse. So, document everything that you find, of course, including all their stuff and everything, but especially if you find any medication whatsoever, you want to make sure that you document it and you let the nurse know. That way she can find someone to take it or put it in her cart, and that way it's locked up and it doesn't get wasted or lost or stolen or whatever it may be. And let's see. So we went over the medication. Just medication is one of the important things that, if you find it laying there, then of course it's not doing anyone any good in the cup. It should be in their tummy. So especially, and if you find it too, it's a lot of times it's an accident, and it was left there, but let's just get it back to the nurse, and the quicker you do that, the quicker the patient either gets the dose, That way, if they're due it, they can get it, and then they can be medicated. And then that way they're not so far behind on their next dose, because their next dose may be 4 hours, 6 hours, or 12, or whatever it may be. And the quicker you find it, then the quicker that they can get their medication on time, because they'll be like, well, I always get it at this time. Well, yeah, You didn't get it that time because you lost it or you dropped. So just make sure that they get their medication, and even if you're taking care of someone at home, put their medication in a, because it's hard for us to keep track of it. So if you're giving your dad, your mom, your loved ones some medication at home, put it in one of those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. One of those day so that when you give it to your loved one, you'll know. If it's gone, then you gave it to them. If it's still there, you need to give it to them. And I do my medication like that because I forget. I used to do it. Well, did I take it? Did I take it? What? And a couple of times I didn't take my medication and I got a little bit sick. It was like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? So you want to make sure that you take your medication on time and when you're supposed to. So that's why it's very important for you to make sure that your patient takes it and takes it on time. And with that being said, please like and subscribe, and please follow the video, and so that I can make it more available to everyone just like you. And with that being said, I just want to say thank you, and I love you guys, and have a great day from the CNA Ninja. Bye, you guys.